Nikki Bougie here, of course, with Women's Wrestling Talk, and I am so stoked. Alpha Academy again here for Women's Wrestling Talk. We got Chad Gable. We got Otis. Chad coming off of a win, because you got the win over Gunther. Now, I have to ask, because, Otis, you won a Money in the Bank.
Yes, sir.
Right? How would y'all feel, start with Otis first, how would y'all feel about a Money in the Bank tag team match?
Wow. Well, that would be better for me for the ladder, because, again, the ladder did break. And that's why I'm going with the second rope.
Okay.
Sorry, Cricket. But honestly, having his footwork, climbing the ladder, getting the briefcase, is a hell of a lot more chances than my ass doing it. So, that'd be a good idea. Cash in whenever.
I mean, I'm thinking this image of me climbing the ladder, but him just holding guard around the bottom. Like, you know, who's going to approach with him just like, basketball strategy. But anyway, the idea of a tag team, Money in the Bank, I feel like that would elevate the division, like just giving it something like that in a spotlight to where there's two guys coming out with briefcases, like stalking people every week. It's kind of a cool image, that concept I never really thought about. I like it.
Absolutely. Now, tag team wrestling is something that I'm passionate about. I actually have a tag team partner at Women's Wrestling Talk.
Yeah.
The Salt Shakers. We like to shake things up.
Ooh.
With that being said, if we wanted to join the Alpha Academy, what would be a few requirements that we would need to do so?
Charisma is already taken. You got it. So I'm thinking right now that's off the list there.
You know, we've gotten so many questions, and I blame Miss Maxine Dupree having so much success for joining the Alpha Academy. Everyone wants to know how to get in now and what it takes. Like, you know what? I got to put a stop on the applications because Maxine's taken over, man. She's doing the thank you. She's shushing. She's doing the coolest new moves in the ring. So, like, before you know it, she's going to be in charge of the academy, and I'm out of here. What am I going to do?
What are you?
I hire Salt. What is it? The Salt Shakers?
The Salt Shakers.
If I hire the Salt Shakers, we're done. Me and Otis might as well leave. It's Alpha Academy is just all female.
Sodium in one ring. Yeah.
Okay, now.
Grind you.
Now, speaking of tag team wrestling, I gotta know, because like I said, I love tag team wrestling. What is the most important thing that you wanted to bring to the division as a tag team? Because I do think that a lot of people were surprised to see you guys together. Very different, but you guys both have amateur wrestling backgrounds. So what is it that you wanted to bring to the tag team division to elevate it even more?
I think, I don't know if this is bringing anything to it, but I mean, it's when you're bringing it, like the Usos, I mean, they're the real Usos. Like, you see that, like, you know, it's like you could relate. A lot of times you put two single guys together, even though they're probably the two coolest guys ever, it doesn't really click. It's not really a tag team. And like, for me, I've been blessed with great partners, and I just feel like, I want to say, like, I don't know if I find the right word, but like the realism of like relationship in tag team wrestling, because again, you need to lean on that person, you need to defend that person, protect each other. So that brings out the emotion to a lot of people, because that's everyday life. So with tag team wrestling, that's just my goal, is like, hey, I can't be without him. You know what I mean? Like, this is like, he's my coach and all that, and Maxine, so gotta be enforcer.
Yeah, I think you know, we saw kind of a resurgence of tag team wrestling, like in the early NXT days, or 2015, 2016, tag team wrestling really took off, the wrestling aspect of it, right? And that transferred into the main roster. So our audience got a great taste of what's possible with the wrestling part of tag teams. But then, like, now with us, I feel like what we have brought recently, and will continue to bring, is the entertainment aspect of that to the wrestling. So, like, it's been such a compliment to me for the last couple days when we've done these interviews, and people are like, oh, here's the tag team that's putting the E in WWE, the most entertaining part of Raw. And it's like, wow. Like to me, that's... I don't look at myself like that all the time, but it's such a compliment to know that, like, not only are we great wrestlers now, but people find us super entertaining. So if we can add that to the tag team division, I feel like that's a feather in our cap.
I absolutely love that.
Feathers, baby.
I love tag team wrestling. I think you guys have done a phenomenal job, honestly. Who would you say, now this is Women's Wrestling Talk, so we have to ask, right?
Sure.
Starting with you, Chad.
Love women.
Who is the top woman in WWE right now?
Miss Maxine Dupree, baby. Alpha Academy's first.
Yes, she is a pretty woman. Oh yeah. Gonna be Roy Orbison. Yes.
Now, what are you guys gonna do to train Maxine to get to the championship level?
So, we've talked about this a little bit. Now, Rhea, I mean, at times Rhea intimidates me.
Yeah.
So we're going to take it long. We're going to take it slow before we send Miss Maxine out against Rhea. Okay. But trust me, when that finally happens, and it will, we're going to have her fully prepared. We got to get her neck a little bit thicker, I think. You know, we got some neck exercises.
My first concern is Rhea's submission move. That's very, very, if you longer the legs, easier to apply it. Right. So I think that we need to find a way to fight that leg lace out of there, because again, once Rhea has the hips in, she's got the legs, it's pretty much damn over. We got to prevent that. So defense is key, and maybe get her a little crazy. Maybe have Maxine listen to some Marilyn Manson, some real heavy stuff, some rock and roll. Let's get some death metal in there, like an Ace Ventura, Cannibal Corpse. I think we're going to get a real good strategy here for the lady.
Okay. Well, one good shoosh before we get out of here. Thank you, Alpha Academy. Shoosh! You've been tuning in to Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.